Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Long time no see. In this video, I'm gonna talk to you how you can create a system for yourself. So first things first, I wanted to throw on some EMAs on the chart. So that can be a 5, 10, 20 or 50 EMA. It doesn't really matter. And then I want you to have your chart up. So if I would start from square one, I would start like this. So I would go back in time or kind of look what created a move. So I want you guys to have in mind always what creates a move. How did price look before, and how did price look before price took off? Basically these things. What creates a move? How did price look before? So what I mean by that is in the history. And how did price look before price took off? So that basically means I would say that price took off right here from this correction right here. Price went sideways to the 50 MA, that's the pink one or purple one right there, and price took off. Same thing here, price went sideways, took off, price went sideways and took off, right? So immediately we can start to create a system for ourselves, right? So have these in mind. How did price look before, and how did price look before price took off, right? All right, so in these moments right here, because price has made a very nice move to the upside from these points right here, and from these points right here, and from these points right here, our system can say something like this. So let's take this. So we're gonna study the history of the price, so that means these kind of things as well. These, and these. Okay, so let's get started here. So what we see right here on the left is price. Let's do it like this. Price trading above the EMAs. Basically trending. Creating higher highs and higher lows, right? And second of all, what happened after that? Well, price had a correction to the downside, as we see right here. So we can write that down. Price has a correction to the 50 EMA, right? And what happened next? So price has a correction to the 50 EMA, right? And as you guys can see, when price started to move up to the 50 EMA or above the EMAs and passed, we took off, right? So let's see how price moves here as well. So, oops. So price actually took off right here, and we started to pass again. We came down to the 50 EMA and went up here and passed on the EMAs right here and didn't take off. So we came down, we had made a deeper flush right here, came up and passed and went, okay? Price made a flush to the 50 EMA right here. That's the pink purple one, as you guys remember. Came above the EMAs and passed and went up. So here we start to see some consistency behind the move, right? So every time price came to the 50 EMA, we came up and passed and we did a move. Came to the 50 EMA, passed, went up, but we failed this time. Came down again to the 50 and passed and went for a move. Came down to the 50, flushed down under the 50, came up, made a move. Okay. So now we're starting to have some ideas what our system can have. So let's write that down. So our third point is that price after price has flushed or has made a correction to the 50 MA, wait for price to come above the EMAs and pause, right? Because that's what price has been doing right here. Came down to the EMAs, under the 50 MA or to the 50 MA, came up and paused. Came down and up over the EMAs and paused. Came up and down over the EMAs and paused. So these opportunities right here, right here, right here, right here, right here is opportunity for you to basically make money on, right? All right, so do we see anything else right here? Well, all of this process is pausing for quite a long time, right? So this has been pausing for about 70 to 70 bars, I would say. And this was 50 bars. And this pause, I would say something like this, like about 50 bars, 40 bars. So can we do something there? Maybe we have something that is saying, well, actually, let's just test this system right here. Okay, so what we want to see right here is price trading above the EMAs trending, creates higher high and higher low. Price has a correction to the 50 MA. After price has made a correction to the 50 MA, wait for price to come above the EMAs and pause. So let's write point 4. When price pauses above the EMAs, set a buy stop. All right, so that basically means when price comes over the EMAs and pauses, set a buy stop over that high right there, over that high. So let me be specific. So over that high, and over that high, and protect your position under the pause, under the low, basically under the low. So basically under this pause low right here. So that I would mean right there or right here, or this is our buy stop, so I will protect myself under this low right there. Hopefully you get it. Let's do like this. All right, so now what we're doing right here is we're gonna search for these kind of things. So let's see if this is how price actually moves, right? So let's see right here. So let's have this in mind. So this is for the purpose of basically recognizing how winners look, right? So how are you ever gonna take a winner if you don't even know how a winner looks like, right? So we're training our brains to see all the time basically how winners look. So what we can do right here is, would you guys say that this fills the criteria? This right here. So check this. Price trading above the EMA is trending, creates higher higher and higher low. So let's check the history. Price is trading above the EMAs and is trading, creating higher highs and higher lows. So we can kind of check that off, right? Price has a correction to the 50 MAs. So price has a correction to the 50 MAs. After price has made a correction to the 50 MA, wait for price to come above the MAs and pause. So after we made a flush or correction to the 50, wait for price to come above the MAs and pause. And we actually have a pause right here, as you guys can see. Right there. A pause can be only 2 candles, right? But one high and one candle that pauses below that. A pause can also be 10 candles like this. This is still a pause. All right, so when price pauses above the EMAs, set a buy stop and protect your position under the low. So we would take basically a long position right here, protect under this low right here. and take that higher. So this would fill all the criteria you see right here. This is our system. This is our system we created, and it didn't take us long. Not long at all. So when we have this kind of rule set right here, trading gets much easier, right? We don't have to have any like emotional thing behind it, because now when we follow these rules, we basically execute those rules, and that's what makes you a good trader. And these moments right here is the same, and we're only gonna take pictures of the winners right here, because we're gonna train our eyes to see these kind of things, right? So what I would do right here is take pictures right here, and take a picture, and then I will jump on the Miro. So if you don't have Miro, this is super good. I have basically done the same thing with my system, and just copy and pasted all these pictures here to study them. So let's do it here. So then you can come back and study. So I would simply just do like this and continue. All right. So let's check these moments right here. One moment. Let's actually copy this and drag this down just like there. One moment, guys. All right. So let's change asset actually. So we are on Apple now. It doesn't really matter. So let's check Bitcoin on a weekly. Let's do this and do this. So immediately my eyes comes right here and probably right here as well. So let's see if this fills the criteria. Price trading above the EMA is trending. I'm looking at these moments right here. Yes, I would say that price is trending, right? Making constantly higher highs and higher lows above the EMAs. Price has a correction to the 50 EMA. We do. After price has made a correction to the 50 EMA, wait for price to come above the EMAs and pause. So price comes up over the 50 EMAs and actually passes. So this would be a profitable trade, as you guys can see. All right. So let's take a picture of that. So here, let's say price traded above the price trading above the EMAs, trending, creates higher high and higher low. Because of this huge correction to the downside, maybe this would be something you skip. Because we only want to see price trading above the EMAs basically trending. So I would maybe skip this because this is too low for me. We are kind of in this bottom area right here, and we have only been coming up to the EMAs to just trade like above the EMAs right here. So this is maybe something you skip and trade this instead. Anyways, I would definitely take a picture of this and do like this. Right, so let's continue. Let's change asset. Let's check Ethereum right here. So I don't really see anything right here. Let's check Nvidia maybe. All right. So this is actually looking pretty good right here. So price trading above the EMA is trending. That's this leg right here. It's trending. Price has correction to the 50 MA, correction to the 50 MA. After price has made a correction to the 50 MA, wait for price to come above the MAs and pause. So we have exactly that moment right here. We are pausing right here. So this is something I would record. Right? So we are simply just gonna take a picture of this, just like that. So let's check if there is more. So this is actually an opportunity for you as well. Price has traded above the MAs in a trending environment right here. Price flashes down to the 50 MA, as you guys can see, and this pause is quite high, I would say quite like the stop loss here is quite large, but I think this is still fine. This is following our rules. So you would simply, after the flash to the 50 MA, wait for a price to come up and pause. And this is exactly what we have right here, and this is a multi-million-dollar opportunity for you. So take a picture of this right here. So this is actually one moment right here as well. So price making has a trending environment, making higher highs and higher lows, as you guys can see, to the upside. Has a flush to the 50 MA, comes up and pauses, and there you go. Another opportunity. So record this. So now when you have gotten used to seeing these kind of things all over again, like this is just the foundation of the system, right? We have made a system in a few minutes, and now we're checking if this system, if price really operates like this. So after you have made these kind of things, then it's time to backtest, right? So now when you're backtesting, you will see, how well it performs. So we're definitely gonna do a backtest session about this concept right here to see how well it performs. Thank you guys for watching, and I see you guys in the next video.